What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, with one of the most anticipated diecast sets in NASCAR 164 history, the Atlanta Photo Finish set. I'm telling you, this is literally one of the coolest things Lionel has ever done in their existence. 3-wide photo finish where you have Daniel Suarez, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Blaney in their race to win exclusive variants of their paint schemes as they cross the line at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, without further ado, we're going to take it off the rotating base and take a closer look at the detailed exclusive box art. This is going to be a good one, fellas. And here we go, fellas. So, we got the rotating base out of the studio. How y'all doing out there, by the way? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like. Tell me how your day's going as we dive into one of the coolest, most anticipated diecast sets. Probably the most anticipated one for me, at least. I know a lot of y'all have been wanting to get this Atlanta set. It's fantastic, and I really wanted to show the box art because this is an exclusive box art. They didn't just say 3-wide finish and then that's it. They actually did some detail. So you kind of have like this asphalt texture, dark gray, kind of a cool play how, you know, it's the racetrack, the asphalt texture. And what I like about it is they made the asphalt a little darker. Why? Because it makes the paint schemes pop a little bit, right? So if you have a lighter colored box artwork, it's going to blend in a little bit. So I think that's a cool creative note. Got raced version 6+, NASCAR, Atlanta Motor Speedway, which is, it is very rare to see track logos on 164 scale diecast. We see it on the box artwork for 124 sometimes, but with the raced versions. But for the 164s, not really. Photo finish 164 action Cup Series. I love this, how the packaging is just, it's literally as the cars are coming across the line. Now, I think all three of the little, I guess you could say, the molds for the cars to sit in are symmetrical, but it would have been a really, really cool thing if they were to make the Daniel Suarez mold just like a quarter of an inch more forward, meaning that, you know, he won the race and then it would be a unique plastic mold. That would have been really cool. I don't think that's the case, but this is genius right here. Trackhouse, where the Trackhouse car is, RCR and Penske, where their respective teams are. This is a combination set between Ford and Chevrolet. Yes, Ford and Chevrolet. Very rare to see two different manufacturers kind of, you know, team up, so to speak, to have a diecast set made. It's almost always exclusive Chevy, Ford. Got an Atlanta photo finish there. This right here, this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff I would love, and I mean love, to see on every raced version. And in fact, let me grab this diecast right here. How cool would it be for the race to win diecast boxes to have a photo of the race kind of worked into the, you know, the box artwork for the 164s? I honestly think the fans would be willing to pay a little bit more if they were to do something like that. I'm just saying, if they were to add a little bit more uniqueness to each raced version, I know it would be a little bit more time consuming from Lionel's part, but if they were to add, I don't know, maybe 50 cents to 75 cents, I don't think a lot of people would be too upset if they were to get a ton of detail in the box artwork. I'm just keeping it real. So the back end of, or the bottom rather, of the Atlanta finish set, once again, you have the 3 numbers. Now, it doesn't match to the corresponding car, but this is as they came across the line. Just so cool, man. I love combination sets from different teams. And then to get one that has the Camaro and Mustang, that is so cool. I don't know how many they're making of this set, but this is a true exclusive set. That Daniel Suarez is different than the one you get in the normal 164 scale. The race to win. This is a unique Kyle Busch and a unique Blaney. So don't be surprised. This is one of the hardest things to find in the NASCAR diecast universe many years from now. Keep in mind, this is a 3-wide photo finish that you're probably going to see until the day, well, you know, the world ends, basically, because of all the history that we have with this racetrack and all the photo finishes. They still show Edwards and Jimmy Johnson from 05. How cool of a diecast set that would have been. So we're going to carefully open it. It opens like the 4-pack sets that the Hendrick Motorsports usually gets. I wish other teams would join that 4-pack set theme and they would have their diecast made in diecast sets. So it just kind of slides out of the main box artwork. And we're going to go ahead and set this carefully over here. And I love this so much. You would think there's no top dome, that the little plastic shield is the top of it. No, it's actually like sealed in this like separate case. That is so cool. I love that. So naturally, you would just go ahead and remove that. Boom! Now your die casts are revealed. So how we're going to do this, fellas, the structure for this video, I'm going to do a 164 review for each. So we're going to go ahead and start with the race winner, Daniel Suarez. All right, folks. Daniel Suarez Atlanta race win in the studio. And this is based on the car coming across the line. This is not based on victory lane or anything like this. This is as the car came across the line. And in my honest opinion, this is going to be a very, very hard die cast to find many years from now. It's exclusive to a 3-wide set. It's naturally going to have a higher purchase price, which is going to kind of make the scarcity a little higher, right? Which is obvious. So if you're a Daniel Suarez fan, this is a car I would recommend getting now rather than later. I mean, look at the Kyle Busch 5-win set from 2021. Good luck finding that. I'm just saying. I would highly recommend it. So the main difference with this die cast to the separate Atlanta race win is it has the I think it was some type of celebratory pinata or something. I think it had. They did was it on the front straightaway or was it victory lane? I'm not sure. Anyways, it's really cool. But if you just want the normal paint scheme, maybe you want it to look like it's actually raced on the track, this is the only way you can get it. The other one's going to have that victory lane effect. So this is something I would love maybe to see in the future, is to have 2 variants of raced wins as the cars came across the line, and maybe have one from victory lane. I think that would be kind of cool. So that might be something Lionel should consider in the future. I don't know. It's got Suarez right there in the front windscreen. The windscreen looks so different. Like the Suarez font and the Chevrolet bow tie looks very different than your traditional windshield banners. And in fact, we're going to show the William Byron one. And it actually looks very similar to that in terms of the font. Now let's show a non-race win diecast, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Drastic difference. The Chastain name is a lot smaller, and the font is a little less bold. Like, look at the A on Chastain, and look at the A on Suarez. The font itself is actually more bold on the race win. So I don't know if that's something that changes week to week. I don't know. So you go over to the hood of the car here. You have the... I'm assuming this is bare bond and some tape. Maybe the tape peeled off and it left kind of that adhesive. Whatever the biff they use. I don't know what they use for the freaking bare bond. I'm assuming it's some type of super adhesive. Got Freeway insurance there. Freeway.com. Go to the front of the diecast. Got the number 99. Got a ton of rubber built up. I tell you, I love Atlanta Super Speedway. So much fun to watch the crashes and the hard racing, and you never know who's going to win. It's cool, man. So this is a very unique portion about this car, and I remember seeing it on the normal, I say normal, but the main release of this raced win is the paint scheme incorporated to the splitter. So this is like tape of white, green, and blue. I've never seen another team do this. I've seen Hendrick put yellow, like fluorescent tape, but I've never seen a team incorporate their paint scheme to the splitter. So I don't know if that's something unique or what. Go left side of the diecast, you have the chrome number, which just looks absolutely fantastic. Freeway.com, Worldwide Express choice privileges. Jockey, you have your little tape marking there. Goodyear Cup Series, a bunch of rubber built up on the left side. Fortunately, the paint scheme's pretty bright, so all that rubber buildup you're going to see very nicely on this diecast. Daniel Suarez, Simeon's got Wendy's. Your B-post decals. Go to the back end of the diecast, you can see a ton of scrapage on the rear of the car. Even looks like some of the decal wrap peeled off, maybe. Maybe that's how the paint scheme is designed. I don't know. But they're going to be bump drafting, so that's just going to keep scraping and scraping and scraping until eventually it's going to get to the wrap. This right here, I don't know if that's damage from the race or maybe some fuel spilled. Who knows? Quaker State, Freeway.com, number 99. Go to the right side of the diecast. Just look at that beautiful chrome 99. Awesome awesome stuff. This is the plastic chassis variant of this car. They do have the die-cast chassis variant at the last time I checked, so you have your choice there. Would you like the die-cast chassis variant or the plastic chassis variant? That is your prerogative. Of course, you can pick it up at Circle B Diecast while supplies last. Use promo code Diecastbuffet. You can save on shipping. Any orders $30 or more. Go to the top of the car. Got the number 99 right there. A little bit of a decal nuance. That's kind of expected. Fortunately, it's a raced version diecast, so if they're going to have a little oopsie-doo, I want it to be on a raced version because, I mean, clearly it's already got cosmetic damage. So a little decal issue really don't bother me. Top of the car, freeway.com, Suarez, and then, well, you guessed it, Geico Insurance. I'm kidding. Now we're going to move over to the Kyle Busch and check it out. Alrighty, folks, outside of the good old diecast box, and fellas, you were looking at one of the most, possibly one of the most rarest Kyle Busch cars to ever be produced in 1/64 scale. This is a true exclusive you can only get from the Atlanta 3-wide set. And some people might be like, okay, there's not much of a difference. I'm already seeing a lot of differences. You already have dirt and scrapes on the side of the paint scheme. The Cheddar's pattern to the car already looks a lot more pronounced and more detailed. You already go to the front of the car. You already have, carbon fiber splitter, which is something they traditionally don't do on the non-raced wins. And then you also have the, I guess you could say the advanced sun visor because, Atlanta is starting the daytime and then naturally the sun goes down. You're going to want to adapt with that. So this is already one of the more unique paint schemes of the 2024 season, but in terms of all the Kyle Busch diecasts ever made, it could be one of the hardest ones to find because it's exclusivity to the Atlanta set. You got Busch right there, Chevrolet bow tie, Cheddar Scratch Kitchen right there on the hood. Go to the front of the diecast, and we're going to zoom in here just slightly. We're going to see what kind of dirt and scrapage we have here. I think maybe, just maybe, okay, I was going to say that the headlight decal might have been a purpose error, but it doesn't look like it because you can see a crinkle on the right side there of the Chevrolet bow tie. Sometimes they'll intentionally make the decals look bent to incorporate three-dimensional damage, but I think it's a factory error there. Got the number 8, Sunoco. Love the carbon fiber design on the front splitter. It looks fantastic. Got RCR, Sunoco, got a little bit of some fender scrapage there. Go to the left side of the diecast and check out the, whatever the Biff pattern that is. That is a lot more pronounced than I remember on the normal 164, the normal Cheddar's car. Got Cheddar's, number 8, Lenovo. I think they're missing some decal. Like right there, you can see that scraped out, but there's a B and a E, I think there. Maybe Bet MGM or Zone was there. I don't know. That they didn't put the decal there. Lenovo. You have the white marker there. That's really unusual. Usually they do yellow because it's obviously easier to see. And you also see some scrapage on the left side rocker box. Goodyear Cup Series. Got Kyle Busch signature. Global Industrial. And then the B-Post decal. And I don't want to be that guy, but this is the only raced version Kyle Busch diecast from 2024. Let me say that again. The only raced version Kyle Busch diecast in 2024 because he didn't win. I feel for the Kyle Busch fans because they're so used to winning and then Kyle just... Man, I tell you, that RCR team, they just couldn't get it going, right? I think Kyle Busch 100% still has enough talent to win. I think, obviously. But, man, they got to get his race cars better. And as 2025 rolls on, hopefully he'll be able to find victory lane again. So that's crazy. That's a good trivia question. This is the only raced version diecast from the 2024 season for Kyle Busch in the Cup Series. Got a Kuma there, Cheddar, Scratch Kitchen. You have this, I don't know if it's like a giant piece of tape, but it's like a slick tape. So when they're bump drafting, it doesn't lock bumpers, which, that's going to help the companionship when you have two teammates and they're bump drafting the corners at the plate tracks. Got number 8 right there. Whatever the Biff orange decal that is, there it says like I break for croissants or something. I don't know. So, ZL1 there, Camaro. Go to the right side of the diecast. This side looks a little bit leaner in terms of scrapage, but Then again, you look over here, you have the BE. Is it for the Bet MGM logo? Because on this side, I don't know what the biff's there. I'm curious. Did they have two different logos for the rear quarter panel? I don't know. Right side of the diecast here. I love the gradient stripe right there with the Cheddar's logo. That looks really cool. The background pattern, it's very detailed. I mean, it almost looks kind of like a, what do you call it? Like a geometric pattern across the whole car. It is very detailed. Got the number 8 right there in the roof. Cheddars.com. Bush. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen once again. So, you're looking at one of the most unusual Kyle Busch diecast to ever be produced. You know, the kind of running joke with the Chase Elliott cars is they'll make the Bristol race version from the dirt race, but they won't make the race to win Joey Logano one, you know, from 2021. I thought that was always interesting. They make a race version of a car that I don't even remember where he finished. I think it was probably like top 10 or something, but they didn't make the race to win. You can't make it up. So, anyways, I digress. The final car is the Ryan Blaney, and let's go ahead and open it up. All right, folks, and the final diecast from this 3-car set, it is the Ryan Blaney Raced Version diecast. Let me tell you, I love this paint scheme. I did a diecast review on the standard variant, and the paint scheme reminds me so much of the traditional Mustang liveries, you know, the solid stripe on the top of the car. Very simplistic design, but it really screams the early Mustang stripes that have just continuously found their way onto the modern Mustangs. So you got Blaney right there on the front windscreen. Again, you can see the lower windscreen because of the sun. What's fascinating to me, and this is what I love about this set so much, you probably can't see it too much, but Kyle Busch's window banner is different, and Suarez's window banner is different. All 3 cars have a different window banner. I love that. That is so cool. Got the body armor drink, sports drink, zero sugar thing there. I love how the bottle is on the car. Big fan of product placement on cars. Like, if you put a Pepsi bottle or a Mountain Dew bottle, I think that's really cool, right? If you're going to do Doritos, put a bag of Doritos on there, X, Y, and Z. I like when consumer food brands or whatever put their actual product on the paint scheme. Ford Performance, Pennzoil. This is the early variant of the 2024 Dark Horse Mustang. And in fact, only the second race. So I think the headlights were a little bit darker, the front headlight grill decal, before they changed it. Or maybe this was the first race they changed it. Naturally, they didn't have the Ford blue oval logo there. Go to the front of the diecast. Let's zoom in because there is a lot of subtle detail that you probably can't tell from the naked eye. So let me get my camera to focus right. So you got the number 12 right there. You got Sunoco. The car is a white painted car. So fortunately, a ton of the dirt and grime is going to be very noticeable. And I don't know about you, but the whole front of this car looks dusty in a good way. Like, it looks like it has had a ton of grit. Like, notice around, like, the Mustang Pony, all that little fuzziness. That is not, like, printed blurry decals. That's actually cosmetic dirt, I think. Great job lining. I'm telling you, people give them a lot of poop, okay, to tell you the truth. They do a unbelievable job with their raced versions. They don't get nowhere near enough credit, guys. I mean, to just wrap these cars with all the little dirt and stuff they do is just remarkable, man. Got Goodyear there. Cup Series number 12. Body armor, zero sugar. Snap-on, discount tire, Worth. You got a little bit of a donut mark. It's kind of hard to see, but it cuts off a little bit of the Ford Performance decal. So, naturally, they're out there door banging at Atlanta Super Speedway, man. I can't wait for the next Atlanta race. I freaking love it. Got Wabash, Menards, Dex Imaging, Advanced Auto Parts. Got your B-Post decal. Ryan Blaney. It's fascinating how, like, the Ryan Blaney name rail is always, like, the name of it is a very large decal. And then you look at, like, some of the other ones, like Kevin Harvick, and his name rail decal was always tiny. It was very hard to see on the 164s. Ryan Blaney uses the entire panel. I love this portion of the car from the standard body armor car. Oh, yeah, by the way, This paint scheme and the Kyle Busch are available in the clean 164. I think the Suarez is as well. I'm not 100% sure. I could be mistaken on that. I'll have to triple check. Maybe it's not. But I know the Cheddar's car and this one right here are available in the clean version. So you can get both variants over there at Circle B Diecast. But I love how like the back end of the car is very dark with the bright red. It just hits. It reminds me kind of the Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger commercials. Looks fantastic at the red number 12. Zero artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Forward. Go to the right side of the diecast, and the majority of the damage on this, or I should say race wear really, is kind of a light haze of the dirt and the grime from 400 miles of super speedway action at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in NASCAR is Atlanta Super Speedway, and I'm all for it. I freaking love it, man. It's fascinating how like sometimes they'll go there and it'll just be an absolute demo derby, and then sometimes they go there and it's kind of tame. Like the spring race or I say spring, technically at the end of winter, this race at Atlanta was action-packed, photo finish. And then you go to the fall race or late summer race, and it was pretty tame. It blows my mind, but that's just the way the sport works. Sometimes it's an absolute crazy classic you're going to be watching 15 years from now, and then sometimes it's like, oh, okay, it happened. Not much to it, but regardless, I still love watching Atlanta Super Speedway. So I'm going to go ahead and put this diecast back in the box, and we'll have a conclusion on this diecast set. So the 2024 Atlanta Photo Finish set, in my opinion, is one of the coolest things that's ever been done on the 164 scale. You look back at NASCAR history and all the amazing moments that never got a photo finish set or just a companion set. Craven Kurt Busch, they made a little gimmicky version, but it has no race wear damage. I don't think it's like on some crappy diecast molds. They should go back and remake that. 2011 Talladega. Could you imagine a 6-car set? All 6 of the cars raced versions. Maybe they only make like 400 sets of that. That thing would be a pain to find, but it would be so cool to have. There's always a lot of moments in NASCAR history that the fans just go bananas over. This being one of them, and fortunately, they made the diecast set for it. I really hope Lionel continues to make these diecast sets. I think they're fantastic. And I'll end the video on this. So I've noticed as a consumer, I get so excited for exclusive diecasts, okay? I think the key to making the diecast sets successful is they need to at least put one exclusive diecast in it. I'm telling you, there's collectors that will buy this set. They're not a Blaney fan, they're not a Suarez fan, but they will buy this set because they're the biggest Kyle Busch fan. They will buy this diecast set just to have that exclusive Kyle Busch diecast. They'll buy the Advent Calendar 2024 set. They'll buy the whole thing, or they'll buy it individually. They want the exclusive Kyle Busch diecast set in there. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to do the diecast sets, I think the best way to make it successful for the diecast industry, put at least one exclusive. Give the fan a reason to buy a $30, $40 diecast set by giving them that exclusive diecast. I think that's the key to making it sell. So hopefully they continue to do more of these. They've done a ton of Hendrick ones. I would love to see the Penske's, the Joe Gibbs, the Trackhouses kind of get on board. Technically, RCR and Penske and Trackhouse, they companion to make this thing. But I want to see like a Penske throwback set, a RCR throwback set. Maybe like if, I don't know, let's say Blaney won 5 races. Let's say he wins 5 races. Make one of the 164s canceled. Everyone's thinking, oh, it's not going to get made. It doesn't show up in the winner's circle line. And then a 5-car set comes out of nowhere. And it's the only way to get it. I guarantee you a ton of Blaney fans will buy it just for that race to win. I'll do a video on it to get that race to win diecast in the studio. I think that's the key, is putting 1 or 2 exclusive diecast, and in this case, all 3 of them are exclusive. That's just my 2 cents. What do y'all think, guys? Make sure to comment down below. Have a blessed one. God bless. Diecastbuffet signing off.